Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about a very important aspect called health insurance. Health is wealth. Without having sufficient wealth, you will not be able to address certain critical diseases and ailments like heart attack, open heart surgery, kidney disorder, and nervous disorder, etc. You can name going on naming it. Now, with the cost of the hospitalization skyrocketing every year, you would not like to have your entire savings of life and your wealth eroded. So that's the reason health insurance is recommended on a very high note as a critical aspect or a vital aspect. This is very important because the quality of hospitals which are there now doing high quality jobs for saving the life of people cannot be compromised with. Nobody likes to take the risk of health when it comes to very critical and a crucial disease like what I've mentioned. Hence, we need to have money or we need to have a health insurance policy to cater to the expenses of these operations to save the lives of our kith and kin. Now, I'm going to tell you about a health insurance plan which has got as much as 10 good benefits which you need to know before you enter a contract. The very important aspect here is that everyone must try to read the terms and conditions and the features of a health insurance policy before they enter into a contract, because they should clearly know what is covered, what is not covered, what is covered after a waiting period, and what is it they are going to be reimbursed. These are the 4 or 5 very, very important aspects which we miss out, and finally when we try to claim for these expenses, we are denied the expenses of reimbursements. So I will try to go with the plans and the features one by one. So this is from Star Health Insurance, where I will try to give you the features of a family insurance coverage, which is also called a floater coverage. The benefits are like this. Now, first thing, it covers up to 5,000 rupees room rent, single occupancy, AC, okay, up to a ceiling limit of 4 to 5 lakhs, depending upon the insurance coverage you really take. The second is all the actuals with regard to ICU are reimbursed completely. The third feature is instant recharge of the limit in case you exhaust the limit of your coverage, up to 75,000 to 1 lakh. The fourth is if you don't claim any expenses towards hospitalization in the first year, which is called a typically non-claim bonus in this insurance parlance, your non-claim bonus can be increased up to 25% of your actual insurance coverage, which means if you have 1 lakh coverage, for example, 1,25,000 could be your coverage the next year in case you don't claim any hospitalization expenses this year. And this will go on increasing up to 10% every year till 100% of increase in coverage, that is up to 2 lakhs, and you don't claim anything at all. An additional feature is if you claim for 1 year, what will happen? That particular year you will not be able to have the non-claim bonus. But from the next year, the NCB feature runs. You don't claim for the next year, immediately the next year after that will have the 10% increase in your insurance coverage. The fifth is the Siddha or any of the other recognized institute medicines are also recognized and reimbursed as per the advice of the doctor. Now, there are also some pre-hospitalization expenses which you try to incur before a major operation happens. So 60 days before the operation happens, the expenses towards that operation are reimbursed. And of course, there are also post-medication expenses which you incur after the operation gets over. So 90 days from the date of operation, your medical expenses are also reimbursed. So pre-hospitalization expenses and post-operation expenses are also reimbursed. Then there is also a provision for an organ transplantation. Say for example, kidney transplant or lung transplant, whatever it is also reimbursed to the extent of 1 lakh. Now, to tell you the basic condition, all this health insurance policies and medical policies are applicable only if your hospitalization exceeds 24 hours of time. That is, if you are admitted in a hospital, after 24 hours, if you continue to be in hospital, only then you can start claiming all these benefits. This is the basic condition of all the Mediclaim and the health insurance schemes which are floated across the world. Now, whatever I have told, these features are just the top features. There are very many features which can be added and which is very important for you to get to know, like ambulance services, like home care services and nurse expenditures, doctors' fees reimbursements, and all the stuff. So, try to take a health insurance policy at the earliest if you have not got one. And what I would advise is, even if you have a medical insurance through your office or your employment, having a personal health insurance is very important for a family coverage, because more often than not, I've seen historically that the coverage which is covered by the medical insurance at employment is far lesser than what actually happens in hospitals. So not only that, the advantage of having a personal health insurance is that you can continue this lifelong without having to undergo medical examination. Because if you're going to take a health insurance policy after your superannuation or your retirement, you are more often than not going to undergo a medical examination where you are going to be charged for any pre-existing diseases or ailments which are detected out of the diagnosis of your health. So this might cost you a fortune, because you will be at an advanced age and the premium might be very high. So it is always advisable that you have parallelly a health insurance policy running, even if you have a medical insurance at your employment. So friends, health is wealth, and to protect your health, see that you take an insurance policy and see that your savings are not eroded, whatever you have saved all through your life. Because once you enter an hospital, you know what the expenses are going to be. You don't have that under your control at all. So all the best. Have a very good health, and we wish you that you don't use this health insurance policy. But however, prevention is better than cure. All the best. Bye.